Hello everyone, welcome back to Anonymous World. Hope you all are doing well. So today is day 9th of Advent to Cyber 4. This video has some sound issues, so please pardon this video for the sound. So let's see what we have in day 9. Okay, so day 9 is pivoting, dog halls. So this task was created by Metasploit team at Rapid 7. That's amazing. So because of the recent incident, Santa has asked his team to set up a new web application that runs on Docker. So it is supposed to be much more secure than the previous one, but better safe than sorry, right? It's up to you, Skiddy, to show Santa that there may be hidden weaknesses before the bad guys find them. So a note before we start. Hey, this task is a bit more complex than what you have been so far in the event. We've ensured the task content has all information you need. However, as there are many moving parts to getting it to work, it might prove challenging. Worry not, we have plenty of resources to help you out. Linked above is a video walkthrough the challenge recorded by Al Hazard, I think. Sorry for the pronunciation. It includes a thorough explanation, comprehensive instruction, valuable hints, analogies, and a complete guide to answering all the questions. So you can use it. And if you need more, there is Discord, and people are always there up to help you. Okay, so learning objectives using Metasploit modules and Metapreter to compromise systems, data pivoting, and post exploitation. So let's move to concepts. So what is a Docker? It is a way to package applications and the associated dependencies into a single unit called an image. So there are various Docker images which you can pull in your system and then run them. So this image can then be shared and run as a container either locally as a developer or remotely on a production server. So Santa's web application and database are running in Docker containers, but only the web application is directly available via an exposed port. Okay. So a Docker container is to verify the existence of a /docker env file at the root directory of the file system. Moving forward, we what is Metasploit? So it is a very powerful penetration testing tool for gaining initial access to systems, performing post exploitations, pivoting to other applications, and many more. It is free, open source. Now, what is Metasploit session? So after when you successfully exploit a remote target with using a Metasploit module, there are various modules available on Metasploit. A session is open by default. So these sessions are often command shells or metapreter sessions, which allow for executing commands against the remote target. Okay, so it's also possible to open up other sessions type in Metasploit such as SSH or WinRM, which generally do not require payloads. Okay, so the common Metasploit console commands for viewing and manipulating sessions in Metasploit are given below. You can go through them. So to view sessions, you can use sessions to upgrade the last open session to Metapreter. It's sessions -u -1. Interacting with using -i flag with session ID. And to background the currently interactive session, you can use background word. So now what is a Metapreter? So it is an advanced payload that provides interactive access to compromised system, like giving a kind of cell access. So it supports running commands on a remote target, including uploading and downloading files and also pivoting. So it has multiple useful commands such as sysinfo, upload, then the file name, then ipconfig to display interfaces, and then resolve a set of host names on a target to IP addresses, which is useful for pivoting. So we must keep this in mind. Resolve followed by host name. Okay, so let's go ahead. So an example is given here for sessions. So note that normal command shells do not support complex operations such as pivoting. In Metasploit's console, you can upgrade the last open Metasploit session to Metapreter session with session-u, then followed by session ID. So you can identify the open session types with the sessions command. If you're currently interacting with the Metapreter session, you must first background it. So in the below example, the two session types are shell CMD Unix and Metapreter into 86 Linux. So they have used the exploit multi PHP ignition Laravel debug RC. Okay, so now this is a very important part. What is pivoting? Why we need pivoting? What is the use of pivoting? So what happens once an attacker gains initial entry into a system? The compromised machine can be used to send additional web traffic through allowing previously inaccessible machines to be reached. Okay, so from one machine they can go to different another machine. So an example is given here. Suppose an initial foothold could be gained through a web application running in a Docker container or through an exposed port on a Windows machine. So now this system will become the attacker launch pad for the other system in the network. So like it is shown in picture, the pentester gains access to this compromised container. Okay, then with the help of this container which got compromised, the attacker can access the other containers or other machines. So attacker can route network traffic through this compromised machine to run network scanning tools such as Nmap to find additional machines and later try to compromise that machines as well. Okay, so let's move to our task. So launching the TryHackMe Kali Linux. Okay, so they provide a version of Kali Linux that is controllable in our browser. So scroll to the top of the page and press the drop down arrow on right of the blue at start attack box and start Kali. Okay, so let's try this. First start our machine, then use Kali Linux. Okay, so our Kali Linux is starting. Let's go ahead. Okay, so using Metasploit, if you're using the web Kali machine, you can open Metasploit using MSF console command. Okay, so let's wait for our machine to get started. So after MSF console is opened, there are multiple commands available. Search, like example is given here. To search a module, you can use the search command. So search Laravel, an example is given here. Loading a module with the help of use command, or view the description using info command. So let's wait, then we will do them practically. Okay, so our Kali is loaded. Let's go to our terminal. Let me zoom it. Okay, so first let's try using Nmap on our IP. It's 10.10.163.88, I think. Let me check. Okay, that's okay. Let's see what ports are open. Then we will start using MSF console. Then we will start using Metasploit. So to start Metasploit, we need MSF console command. Okay, so I messed up a bit. No worries. Okay, so our Nmap is done. Port 80 is open. HTTP is running on port 80. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's start our MSF console. Okay, sorry. Let's start our Metasploit using MSF console. Okay. After MSF console is opened, there are multiple commands available. Okay, can we will see that afterwards. So using Metapreter to pivot. Metasploit has an internal routing table that can be modified with the route command. This table determines where to send network traffic through, for instance, through a Metasplitter session. And if you are currently interacting with a Metasplitter session, you must first background it. Okay, you can background the session using background command. So what is SOX proxy? It is an intermediate server that supports relaying network traffic between two machines. This tool allows you to implement the technique of pivoting. We can run a SOX proxy either locally on a pentester's machine via Metasploit or directly on the compromised server. So this can be achieved using the module auxiliary server SOX proxy. So we will be using that later in the challenge. And the tools such as curl support sending requests to a SOX proxy server by the proxy flag. Okay. So if tool does not support an option for using SOCKS proxy. Proxy chains can intercept the tool's request to open new network connection and then route the request through a SOCKS proxy instead. Okay, so challenge walkthrough is given here. After deploying the attached VM, run nmap against the target. Okay, so we have done that part. Port 80 is open. So let's see what are the questions. We will do both of the things at the same time. So deploy the attached VM and wait a few minutes. What ports are open? So okay, port 80 is done. What framework is the web application developed with? Okay, so let's open our Firefox and then go to the IP, which was 10.10.163.88. Let's see what we have here. Lorem Ipsum. Okay, it's a Lorem Ipsum page. Okay, so at the down you can see it's Laravel version 8.26 version 8.26.1. Okay, what CVE is the application vulnerable to? So let's go back to our terminal. Oh, here it is. So first, let's search for Laravel. Okay, so there are two exploits available. Uh, First one is Laravel token unserialized execution, PHP Laravel framework token unserialized remote command execution, and the another one is unauthenticated remote code execution in Ignition. Okay, so to interact with a module by name or index, for example, info1, use one, or use thing. Okay, so let's try to see the info of one. It is unauthenticated remote code execution. Let's see if I can zoom out it let a bit. Okay, so now the whole screen is visible. Let's see what we have in the walkthrough. Okay, so first let's start with let's see info of the exploit one. Okay, so everything is given here like name, module, privilege, what privilege is there, license, rank, then date of disclose. So it was disclosed on 13th of January 2021. Side effects of module, module stability, module reliability. Okay, available targets. There are two targets available, Unix and then Windows. Basic options, log file proxies, R hosts. Okay, so references. Okay, the CVE number is given here, which is CV 2021 3129. Let's see if it is the correct CVE we are looking for. 2021, then 3129. Okay, great. That's the correct answer. So what command can be used to upgrade the last open session to a metadata session? So we have seen this. It was given in the description earlier. Now, what file indicates a session that has been opened with a Docker container? So now I think we need to exploit that. Exploit this. Let's see. Uh, let's use this particular module, multi PHP ignition Laravel debug RC. So by using show option. Okay, sorry. It was show options, I think. Yeah, so by using show options you can see what parameters we need to fill. So like we need to give our hosts, so you can use set command followed by our hosts and then give the our host means remote hosts. So our remote host is 10.10.163.88. Okay, so now it is done. Now I think we need to give lhost 2. Let's see. Note when using TryHackMe Scalivio machine, you should use ETH 0. Okay, so we need to give lhost 2. So set lhost, then either you can give your IP address, your machine IP address, or you can use ETH 0 to automatically detect that. Okay, so it's 10.10.178.241. So now if you will again use show options, you can see that R hosts and L host is filled. Now to execute this, you can either use run or you can use exploit. Okay, so let's try to run at this. So the target appears to be vulnerable. Started reverse TCP handler on this port and IP address. Let's see. Okay, so command shell session 1 opened. So let's try to use any command. Let's try ID. So see, ID is working. Let's try another command. Who am I? So I am www-data. Let's try ls. Okay, so everything is working now. If something is there, it will come. Okay, nothing much. So now the open shell will be a basic CMD Unix reverse bash shell. We can see this by running the background command and viewing the currently active sessions. So let's use background. Yes. Okay, so now our session 1 is in background. We can view this using sessions. So you can see shell CMD Unix is running on session 1. Now, if you are currently in a session hyphen, you can run the background command to go back to the top level Metasploit prompt. To upgrade the most recently opened session to Metapreter, use the session -u-1 command. Okay, so you can use sessions -u-1 to upgrade. Okay, so it's running. Great. So now if you will use sessions, you can see another session is open, Metapreter -86 Linux, which is www-data. Now, after interacting with Metapreter session with sessions-i, then followed by session ID, and exploring the application, we can see that there are database credentials available. Okay, so let's interact with our first session. Okay, so we got a Metapreter cell. Now you can use your commands. So there is a file web.config. Let's see if anything is available there. Okay, I don't think any useful information is there. Let's see, where are we right now? We are in var www html. Let's go back. Let's see what we have here. Okay, sorry, two dots. Okay, so there is a file named .env. That's weird. Let's see. Great. So many information is given here, like app name, app environment, then database configurations is given here. So DB connection is PGSQL, which is Postgres. Okay, port number 5432. Host is also given, web service underscore database. Remember we learned about resolve command, so we can use resolve to see the IP address of this host. Okay, then Redis host, mail port, SMTP. Okay, AWS access ID. Okay, so let's see what is the IP address. Great. So host resolutions. So it is 172.28.101.51. Okay, we are going on right track according to the description. Let's see. So as this is an internal IP address, it won't be possible to send traffic to it directly. Okay, so let's try this. So let's try to ping this. So we are unable to ping this IP. Okay, this is because this is an internal IP address, so we can't send traffic to it directly. So we can instead leverage the network pivoting support within MSF console to reach the inaccessible host. Okay, So to configure the global routing table in MSF console, ensure you have run the background command from within the meterpreter session. Okay, so let's use background command. So our session 2 is now in background. So now we need to see the use the route command. So let's see route h. So using route h, you can see all the available commands of route add, route remove, route plus, route print. So route add will make a new route, and remove will delete a route. Print will show all active routes. So some examples are also given here. Okay, so now we need to add this route. So let's add this route add, then the IP address. So we will add whole network. So we need to use /32. So you can learn about subnetting on YouTube or Google, or various sources are available. Okay, our route is added. Great. So we can also see, due to the presence of the --docker environment file, that we are in a Docker container. So by default, Docker choose a hard-coded IP to represent the host machine. We will also add that to our routing table for later scanning. Okay, so we need to add this IP. So basically, generally, the hard-coded IP that Docker uses is 172.17.0.1. Okay, so with context to this host machine, it must be added. So we can check this by route print. Okay, so now both our IP addresses are added. Okay, we are done till here. Now with the previously discovered database credentials and the routing table configured, we can start to run Metasploit modules that target Postgres, starting with a schema dump followed by running queries to select information out of the database. Okay, so Postgres was running. Let's try to search for Postgres. Okay, so various modules are available for Postgres. Okay, so let's see. First, we need to do a schema dump. So let's use 16. Okay, show options. Okay, so database Postgres display results true. Okay, R hosts. Let's select the R hosts, which is 10.10. Uh, we need to use 10.10. Okay, so we need to use that Postgres, that IP address. That internal IP address 28.101.51. Okay, so let's try to run this. Let's see if this work. Okay, great, it worked. So it is a schema dump. So there are table name is users ID sequence. Okay, database name is Postgres, column name last value, column type. Okay, everything is given. There is another table name called users. So it contains username and password. It looks what we need. So we need to get the dump the data of users table. Okay, so let's search for Postgres again. Let's see. Okay, here it is 11. Admin Postgres SQL. Postgres SQL Server generic query. So now we need to query to that database. So we can use this particular module. Let's see the options available. Okay, so we need to give the R hosts, and you can see SQL default command is select version. So let's try this first. Sorry. Great. Okay, so let's run this. So you can see it gave me the version of this SQL version. PostgreSQL 10.5 is running. So now we need to change the command. So we can use set SQL select star from users. I think it should work if there is no error in syntax. Okay, yeah, it has a error. Users does not exist. Let's see. Okay, select star from users. Uh, show options. Okay, so we need to set the database. Our database is Postgres. Let's try again. Set SQL. So it must be users here. Let's try to run. Okay, so you can see we got the username Santa and there is a password. Let's see if we did some of the questions. What file indicates the session has been opened within a Docker container? So it hyphen slash docker env. Okay, now what file often contains useful credentials for web applications? Hyphen .env. What database table contains useful credentials? It was users. What is Santa's password? It's P4 WORD. Now, what ports are open on the host machine? Okay, so now we need to scan the host machine. Let's see. So we are done till here. Now to further pivot through the private network, we can create a SOCKS proxy within Metasploit. Okay, so let's search for SOCKS. Okay, so there are three auxiliary modules available: SOCKS proxy server, proxy UNC path redirection, and music host server directory traversal. Okay, so let's use the first one. Okay, so options. So we need to give the SRV host it SRV host 127.0.0.1. Okay, let's leave the port 1080. I think it should not affect. Okay, now let's run. Okay, starting the SOCKS proxy server. It is running, I think. So now this will expose a port on the attacker machine that can be used to run other network tools through such as curl or proxy chain. Okay, let's try to run. Okay, proxy chains. Okay, let's try with curl proxy SOCKS 4a 127.0.0.1 followed by port number 10.80 then followed by IP address 172.17.0.1, which is the host machine. Let's see if it is running. If it is trying to communicate. Okay, SOCKS 4 reply has wrong version should be 0. Let's check it here again. Okay, so version is 5. Let's try if it works with 5. Great, it is running. We get the data here. Okay, now from the attacker's host machine we can use proxy chain to scan the compromised host machine for common ports. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. Proxy chains q and map. We then followed by IP address. Okay, so nmap is running. Let's see if it works. Okay, so port 22 and 80 is open. Let's go ahead. Now, what is the root flag? So in our MSF console, we can search for SSH login. Okay, use SSH login. Okay, so there are two modules available, auxiliary scanner SSH login and SSH login public key. So let's use the 01. Okay, show options. Let's give the username and password. So we know username and password. Set username. Our username is Santa. Okay, then set the password. So our password is P. Okay, what was it? P4 $WORD. Okay. Uh, let's see. I think okay. Now we need to give the R hosts. R hosts is 172.1, I think. Okay, 172.0.172.17.0.1. Anything else is left? Okay, our port is set, which is 22. Okay, so now let's try to run this. Okay, scan one of one host, auxiliary module execution complete. Let's see, show options again. We missed something. Okay, so password is set, username is set, Santa. Okay, our host is set 172.17.0.1. Our port is given. Okay, everything is given here. Let's try to run this again. Starting brute force. Okay, okay. I think it is creating issue with because of the username. Let's try giving this small s. Was small s, I think. Then let's try to run this. Starting brute. Okay, let's see show options. Let's see. Set stop on success true. Okay, let's try to create a new 128 dot. Okay, that was IP 101.50. Oh, sessions route print. Okay, let's try to add this again. Route already exists. Uh, okay, let's try once more. Show options. Oh, okay. It is finally done. Success Santa password. Okay, so this is the required password. uh, Now let's see sessions. Okay, so session 4 is created, shell linux ssh root. Okay, so let's use that. Sessions hyphen u hyphen 4 started reverse TCP handler. C close. Okay, I am disconnected. I almost completed the room and I got disconnected from the server. Very good, that's amazing. Now I need to do everything once again. Okay, so when I got disconnected, we were here. SSH login was working and I got the session which was shell linux ssh root at the rate. So now we can interact with our session 6. ID it is root. Let's see else stack la. So we have root.txt, cat root.txt. So here it is, our flag. Okay, so day 9 is done. You might want to take a well deserved rest now. Yes, sure, I want a rest now. If this challenge were right up your alley, though we think you might enjoy the compromising Active Directory module. Okay, so that's it for day 9. I will meet you guys tomorrow in day 10. Till then, keep learning.